Hello everyone, today I'm going to be introducing you to the online music studio Soundtrap. It's an amazing program and we've got the use of it for absolutely nothing, so I'm encouraging you to get involved and see what you can do with it. Today I'll be showing you just a few of the basic features in the studio, including how to record your voice, how to use the preset loops to create some simple backing music, and how to add some sound effects so that you can very easily create your own podcast or audiobook. This is the first of a series of lessons that I'll be doing around Soundtrap, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you can come up with. Let's go to Soundtrap. Now, your teacher may have already made an account for you online, or you may have been sent an invite code. Either way, when you search for Soundtrap, it should be very simple to enter the studio just with a click like that, and there you're in. You can see I'm signed in with an account called Monrad Music. That's where you'd expect to see your own name. We're going to just jump straight into the studio now and make a start. And today we're going to be creating a podcast. Start by adding a new track, and we're going to record some vocals. First time up, you're going to have to allow access to the microphone on your device, and then to record vocals, it's as simple as pressing start recording, and now I'm able to speak nice and clearly near the microphone, and that'll be picking up everything that I say just like that. Let's just test that. I rewind down the bottom here, press play, and now I'm able to speak nice and clearly near the microphone, and that'll be picking up everything that I say just like that. If I make a mistake and want to start again, I can click on that and press delete. I can also split my recording like this. Right click, split region, and now I can delete part of what I said or even duplicate it. Copy and paste. Over on the little microphone icon, I can go in and make lots of changes to how I actually sound. So my voice, I could add all sorts of weird and wonderful effects to that. And now I'm able to speak nice and clearly near the microphone, and that'll be picking up everything that I say just like that. And that'll be picking up everything that I say just like that. Also got a volume control here to make the voice louder or quieter. I can mute that particular track once I've got several tracks. That can be quite handy. Or I can solo that track, so that's the only track that I hear once I start adding more tracks as well. That's enough on the voice at the moment. What we're going to do now is we're going to create some music as an intro for our podcast. And I'm going to do that using the loops under the purple button here. The loops are all arranged in categories, but you can also search. For example, if you just wanted to look for a drum beat, then you could do that simply by typing in the word drum, and you will get lots and lots of drum beats to choose from. You can click on the drum beat to have a listen. I'm now going to take one of these drum beats and just drag it over into the next track. Pull it all the way back to the start there. I can make that loop last as long or as short as I want. Right at the moment, I just want my voice muted as well. I don't want to be hearing myself while I'm doing this. That can come later. Now, I also want to add a keyboard in there. So let's do a quick search on keyboards or piano. There's a particular one that I want. Octopus 2. Take that, drag into the next channel. I want the drum beat to start first, so I'm going to make the piano start after 4 beats. It can be a little bit hard to see, but you do want to get it nicely lined up, so you can always use the zoom in down here to make sure that everything is perfectly aligned. Otherwise it could end up sounding a little bit out of time. Let's see what we've got so far. I want to show you one more trick that we can do with our instruments. First of all, I'm actually going to shorten this particular loop. want it to play that little piano pattern exactly twice. Now I'm going to copy the pattern and I'm going to paste it. Bring it back to right on the line there. And now, with another right click, transpose. Transpose means we're going to change the pitch. You can see the way it's ticked at the moment, it's playing around on an E minor chord. I'm going to switch to an A minor chord. So now it sounds like this. And then I think we're going to want to go back to the original one, so I'm going to paste a bit more of that in there, and I'll probably leave it there. Here we go. That's all I want for my intro music. So what I'm going to do now is just lop off the last part of those drums, and here's a handy little feature. I just click and drag across the top like that, and if you haven't already guessed, that's going to create a nice little fade out for us. Nearly done. Time to put the vocals back in again. I'm just going to unmute them, drag them to where I want them after the music plays. Bring this one along. Let's just see what that's going to sound like now that I have rearranged my vocal across the top, starting from near the end of the intro music. And they'll be picking up everything that I say just like that. And they'll be picking up everything that I say just like that. And they'll be picking up everything that I say just like that. One final thing to show you. Back over in our loops, we've got many different sounds that we can choose from. And if you go to the sounds category, there are, look at that, over 1,000 different sound effects. Let's just finish with an explosion. Great. But I can drag that in just about anywhere there's space for it. Let's just put it right there. That I say just like that. And they'll be picking up everything that I say just like that. And that's really all I wanted to show you today. We now know how to record a vocal, split it up, edit it, change the effects on it, add some musical loops and blend them together and fade them out, and also add some sound effects. Just with those 3 skills alone, you're going to be able to create lots of amazing stuff. Don't forget to save. At the moment, mine's just called Untitled Podcast, but of course I'd probably want to change that and make it something a little bit more interesting. And when you're ready to export your creation and send it into your teacher or publish it in whatever way you choose to publish it, file, export. I would suggest exporting the project to an MP3 file to keep it as compact as you can. And I'm going to be talking to you a little bit later on about how to create some amazing music using Soundtrap. Talk to you then. And that's all there is to it. Like lots of things, the more time you spend in the studio, the more you'll learn how to do, the more you'll be able to unlock, and the better your creations will become. I'm really looking forward to hearing what it is that you come up with over the next little while, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all soon.